of why we behave the way we do, why we have the problems that we have.
Yeah, and part of the issue, though, is if someone controls access to information and they want a certain narrative to be told, then, it'll really color what people see. And that's what's scary. And, we see this a lot in YouTube now.
Yeah.
Where they're demonetizing anyone that they see as right-wing and even censoring and removing videos. It's really scary.
It is, yeah. It's fascinating. I mean, it's quite fascinating to watch it all play out and to have them do it like right in front of everybody's face, and everybody goes, "Oh, what are you doing? Like you're changing narratives. You're altering information," and they feel like they are right.
Right.
They're doing the right thing. They're promoting diversity. They're promoting liberal values and progressive ideas, and they think they're doing the right thing. I don't necessarily think they're right, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of blowback, though. I mean, this is not free. It's not a free ride for Google right now with what they've done to you. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure they're doubling down because they don't want to admit that they're fucked up. If they admit they're fucked up, everybody across the board loses that year-end bonus. It becomes a real issue, right? Everybody gets fired. But if they, if you look at it long term, over the long run, I mean, they have definitely taken a hit. And if someone forces them to sit down, I would love to sit down with the guy who said that you promote harmful gender stereotypes and go, let's go over this thing. Let's go over this thing step by step. You tell me what's wrong.
Yeah.
And just pick him apart.
That's what I've always wanted, but
he'll fall apart 100%. He'll just say a bunch of stupid social justice warrior bullshit, and if you just keep him in a room for 3 hours with a microphone, he's going to look like a fucking idiot. There's just no way around it. There's no way around it if you're just if you're actually going off of what you wrote to somehow or another. Like, I think it's very, not just dangerous to say it promotes harmful gender stereotypes, it's disingenuous. And the reason why it's dangerous is because I could just read what that guy said, and I would think that you're a creep, and that's dangerous to you.
Yeah.
It's dangerous towards the marketplace of free ideas. The marketplace of ideas it's extremely important, and I would think that if anybody would know that, it would be the people that are involved in tech.
You would think so.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so wrapped up in the progressive mindset. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's so related to all this microaggression. Speech is violence, and all ideas are harmful, and of course, some ideas are harmful, but it's only through openly discussing them can you actually dispel some of these things. By making them, forbidden knowledge, that's only going to attract certain people. And we even see this now with some of the YouTube videos that are in this purgatory type state where you can't really get to them, but if you know the URL, you can still find them.
Yeah.
People
That's
are getting
so
aggregated lists of those and actually viewing them.
Yeah.
And, this is what YouTube doesn't want us to see. Maybe there's some truth to it. Why don't they want us to see it?
Yeah. If you win a certain amount of money, are you willing to buy a gold-plated Ferrari and drive around with a fur coat? Because I think that would be the shit. If you got like some big-ass crazy sunglasses.
Yeah.
How much do you think you can win?
I don't really know. And I mean, what I would ideally want is somehow changing their policies. But I don't really know how I, as an individual, can compel Google to do something like that. But I think at least some of the stuff like the blacklisting, where they have these people that, compile these spreadsheets of names of people that are conservative,
right,
or even libertarian, and, we're not going to work with them. We're going to sabotage their work, and we're going to try to get them fired. When they are looking for another job, we're going to share this list so they can't get hired from any of the other major companies. Like, that needs to...
So that's real?
Yeah, that's real.
How do you know that that's real? Have you seen this list?
Yeah. So there have been multiple people that have admitted to having a blacklist.
Wow.
And
libertarian. Not even conservative, not even right-wing, but smaller government, libertarian.
Yeah, just because, it's generally free-thinking people. And not towing the party line.
And those people get blacklisted. Really?
Yeah.
Like there's an actual list somewhere?
Have
you seen an actual list?
I haven't seen an individual list. I think there's multiple lists spread out, but people, even like high up managers, have admitted to having a blacklist.
Wow.
And we've brought this up to the highest people at Google, and they just completely dismissed it. Like, we're not going to deal with it.
So do you feel like they feel that they have some sort of a social responsibility to push progressive values because they're in this massive position of influence, and they feel like that's the right way to think, so they're going to go full steam ahead with that?
I mean, don't be evil. Don't be conservative. Pretty much.
Yeah. But libertarian, man. Boy. It's a fucking tough sell to say that Gary Johnson's evil, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's really hard to understand that mindset. But
yeah. Well, I get it, though, because I think it's a lot of the same things along the same lines that you were talking about when you were saying that you didn't, like maybe you would have waited till you got your year-end bonus. And you're a guy who's also frugal. You've saved your money, and you don't have a family to support, and you're okay. You got fired, and you're still okay. Whereas some people would be fucked right now. Maybe they'd be overextended. Maybe they had that gold Ferrari and the fur coat, and like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a mortgage or something, that would be really scary.
That's where it gets scary. That's a lot of people's decision making. I mean, that goes back to, like engineering civilization in the early days of Rome. I think there was writings about that, about getting people to commit to families, and it's easier to control them when they have loved ones and things that they enjoy and positions of power and status, that it's easier to get those people to give in to your needs and desires. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, it's just engineering a civilization. It's one of the, like, getting people to perform and behave the way that you would like them to is a critical component of engineering any sort of a civilization. And Google's essentially a civilization, if you look at it that way. I mean, internally, there's a community. It's a structure, and they're engineering that structure to be very much a like-minded ideological echo chamber.